It's time for Masterpiece of the Week.
What? For?
She said Liz.
She said Liz.
Birthday Masterpiece of the Week.
What's that, fellas?
Hey,
Happy birthday,
boy.
Reggie. Reggie, you've gotten a lot of treats.
There's so many treats.
Can
I appreciate
you eat all those treats?
Absolutely not.
Will you try?
No, I've
Can
actually
you eat that whole cake?
No, as I've gotten older, I've been a little bit more discerning.
Because you're afraid you might get fat?
No, I think I'm just like trying to be healthy in general, but because I know I'll never be
Hold
fat.
on.
Yeah,
Not
he's pretty
once.
fat.
And also,
Jesse Holly got kind of fat. It happens to
oh
everybody.
my God.
Not once.
And have you,
Shout
are
out to
you,
my guy Jesse.
are you
See
really
you
that-
big
Jesse.
things, buddy?
Jesse's heavier than he was 10 years ago.
Are you really that much more discerning, Reggie? Because like we're like what, 3 years removed from you trying to set the world record for eating Reese's peanut butter cups?
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is it
That's
that I had
your
to try and
fault
set the
for
world
trying
record?
to
You
cash
said you
a
could do
check
it.
that you couldn't.
I said I thought that I could. I didn't think that I would have to. Thanks a lot, Kevin.
Well, whose fault is that? We've known each other long enough to know how that goes.
I guess that's fair. And Masterpiece of the Week is a segment we do every week in which we revisit some of the funny, stupid, or odd things that are said on this program. But in all sincerity, before we get to the clips that are all here lined up on my computer, thank you to everybody that sent food. And even more so, I mean, I really do appreciate it, but the more people that went and donated to charity on my behalf, it means so much to me. It really does.
People really do love you, Reggie.
And I love y'all too, because anybody that's willing to pull out of their pocket on my behest, that means a lot. That being said, Mike made a funny noise, and I'm going to stop saying big words.
I mean, do we also need to put a sound system
Maybe
in the
hoops,
football
basketball,
too? So like when the ball is thrown through the air, we hear a zoom.
Mike, I
That
want
is not the noise.
I want you to go back through the Flintstones, the Jetsons, all those cartoons, and just get your favorite sounds and make them. I want to do a whole segment of you doing the sounds from your favorite cartoons. Because
Turn my mic on.
We heard it.
You probably heard it on y'all's.
That's right.
It's probably better that way.
it was really loud. So
Oh my gosh.
makes sense.
That was
Boy,
tremendous.
Elroy.
Oh, from the 903, don't forget the 20+ donuts a few months back.
Man, I give him credit for that. Not like RJ is like, oh, you said chocolate donut. I didn't know you meant chocolate donut.
I met my goal. I don't know what you're talking about.
How
I
many
beat
donut
RJ.
holes? How many donut holes do you think you could knock down?
At least 70.
Does that sound like a challenge?
There's no way he's knocking down 70.
Does that sound like a challenge? Does he want to be? He looks like he wants to be challenged
I'm
to
not
it.
going to fall for that. But I could for sure.
Speaking of segues that don't actually make sense, Mike Bassick. It's incredible to me how it's almost like he's not listening. How he takes one thing and goes entirely into a different place.
Because history of family heart problems, and I was always afraid to like get involved.
Speaking of cocaine, do you ever wear underwear?
How is that?
Right?
It's funny that it just goes from.
It makes all the sense in the world to me.
I know.
I just wish people could follow me.
You know what? I think I've gotten better at following you because before you even said anything, I knew for a fact you were going to stand up and walk over there, and then that is exactly what you did.
You don't wear underwear.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm happy for you that
Did you ever buy him those Speedos?
No.
He did. Mike
I don't
made
think he'll wear 'em.
had a mission yesterday to purchase me a Speedo, as I've purchased a new home, and it has a pool.
Congratulations.
And Mike was like, housewarming present, Speedo.
I need to know your waist size.
Oh well, let's wait a few weeks.
Oh,
look at that.
It
I
should
love
change
that.
in a few
You
weeks.
definitely want the Speedo to be tight.
It's already
You don't want to
changed.
jump in the swimming pool with a loose Speedo.
What's that?
Because then what happens?
It'll fall off.
Then you're just skinny dipping, Kevin.
But it's your pool.
Everybody's skinny dipping.
Is that a song? Or did you just make that up?
I mean, who will be
The Skippy
who will
dip
be the
is
most shocked
peanut
at your
butter.
new house when you walk out of the house, not in a Speedo, but if you're just like, I just feel like going naked.
Who would be the most shocked out of the
Yeah.
people in my family?
Yeah.
The children?
Yeah.
Well, here, okay, all right. Here's how this is going. All right,
That is a good question.
Avery will look up from his phone with his earbuds in, and then like stare for a minute and be like, oh, and then walk off quietly. That's how he's doing it.
Man, so much truth
Teenager.
happening.
Lucy-
So much truth happening.
Lucy probably is just gonna be like, hey, we're swimming. Like she's not really gonna be paying attention to that. Carter likely to say, "Oh, this is what we're doing." All right, then me too. So that's what Carter's approach is.
That kid is a go-getter.
And then
man.
Adrian is yelling at me to grow up, and she's yelling at Carter to put his trunks back on.
I'm truly fascinated by your son Carter.
He's amazing.
Everything I learn about him is interesting to me.
What did we say? He'll either be a senator or we'll have some other tough conversation.
Some really tough conversation. But he's going to get the most out of whatever he does.
Agreed.
Mike said this.
That's a tough one.
You think Slime's going to send him over the top?
You know, I don't know. I don't want to do it to a person that old.
Oh, dear.
Who did you think Slime was going to kill?
People can have heart attacks the older they get. I mean, younger people have heart attacks.
That's not funny.
But older people, you shock them, and sometimes they have heart attacks.
Kevin going, "That's not funny," might be the funny. Wow.
I mean, because I realized I was laughing, and I was like, okay, that concept is not funny. The way he said is like, older people can have a heart attack.
Phillips?
Sure.
What?
Do
I can't remember.
Do you ever, Mike, when your kids jump out and scare you, do they still try and do that now?
No, not really.
My kids still do that, and there are times when I'm like, I thought this was it. I thought this was the moment I was going to die. Like, you need to stop this crap. Don't do that
Coming
anymore.
home.
Yeah.
I'm coming, Elizabeth. Speaking of old men, this is a little bit of a twofer, so hang around as this one plays.
This old man at the Cheddar's looks like somebody you should grind
He
up
keeps
on.
buying drinks, so I might as well. You know, that's what I am curious though.
Damn
The first name basis is a deal, but Reggie's even got a nickname for him at this point.
Yeah, that's your man Herb.
No, not my man. I don't know why I said it like that.
Because Kevin wants no association with Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Or your man Herb.
It's interesting that you grind on herbs because herbs are usually ground up.
It's true.
And they're put in little bottles, and then you put it on food. I know you don't know what those are.
It
adds flavor, just things.
Whenever I see an 8 spice rack, I'm like, some of these must be devils.
What? You think that this is just an elaborate scam, and they're like, oregano and thyme, doesn't matter, same thing.
That many spices.
That man doesn't even have salt in his house because it's what you don't put salt on things.
Once the food's done, don't eat it.
What?
He thinks that it should be cooked with the appropriate amount of salt.
I heard once the food's done, don't eat it.
Yeah, no, I don't need it.
I was like,
no, I understand.
Counterintuitive. Mike has said this many times, but it was funny again.
He does.
But Aaron Rodgers
has a good body, but his face is fat. Sammy Fat Face Watkins.
There
my gosh.
It's a good nickname for him.
I don't think it is.
Just like Chet, Skeleton and Skin. Whatever his last name
Holmgren.
is.
Holmgren.
Bust.
He declared for the draft.
He didn't declare by it by eating.
What? How would you? Never mind. Not asking that question. Mike said things.
I don't like the way that they're hammering me down here.
There it is.
I am going to avoid going into that area.
Very logical.
Yeah.
Man, that might have just overtaken your Zoom as my so like Zoom.
No, that's mine right now. So.
And finally,
That's a
because
basketball
if
conversation.
it was, if you guys haven't noticed, I kind of made this a Mikester piece of the week.
Nice.
Mike said this.
But I was trying to look at the Greek Freak for Mr. Softy fan over there. So I'll tell you what's soft.
Finish that, Mike.
Ice cream. Soft serve.
There you go. That's one.
Could also said if you don't go to
Pillows.
Men's Tea.
What?
Man, have you never heard some of those?
Yeah, what are you
ads?
talking about?
Oh, please. I've heard your ads.
What do they say?
Your muscles won't be as strong.
Uh-huh.
Your
Flabby arms.
Yeah, your testosterone.
You're
level
saying
will
if
be
you're having
lower.
a problem being soft, you should go see Men's Tea Clinic.
I feel like that has been a staple of your ads, whether that direct or not.
Mike, is this new to you? Like, I don't know where Kevin's really going with this. It seems.
Yes,
Kevin, can you
do.
elaborate a little more about what you're
Yes,
saying?
because there-
Mike looks confused.
Like your muscles are getting flabby.
that what you're saying?
So you're saying, man,
Come
if you're
on, man.
super
Are we
soft-
seriously pretending like there's not this undercurrent in those ads of like, hey, if you can't get it, well, I can't.
It's true.
I don't know.
Testosterone helps you with your privates.
Yes. See?
But what about your majors or lieutenants? Because that was, as we all know,
your sergeants.
got to support the troops.
Even the whales are.
Whales are mammals too.
That is true.
I need a shirt that
I'm
says
voting
that.
for Mike getting hammered down there.
Kevin,
I don't
what are you
like
voting
the
for?
way that they're hammering me down here. I am going to avoid going into that area.
That's my favorite.
Paint.
I also am going to vote for that. The Zoom was spectacular,
Oh, it
but
was.
I'm going to
Can
vote.
we hear the Zoom again just one more time?
Yeah, I'll
just
put my
throw,
vote there.
just throw it in there.
I mean, do we also need to put a sound system
Maybe
in the
hoops?
football
Basketball,
too?
yeah.
So like when the ball is thrown through the air, we hear a zoom.
Man, I might need. All right, I'm sticking with hammering.
Mike?
There's too many to choose from.
Play them all again.
Yeah, play them all again.
No,
That's good.
I don't think I can handle a supercut of it just going from Zoom to I was getting hammered to like you can't play that.
Okay, let's masterpiece of the week.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Reggie.
Thanks, man.
People love you. They really do.
they really do.
You're like Stuart Smalley.
How many
Who's
people
that?
listening right now?
You're
get
good
that
enough. You're
reference?
smart enough. And gosh darn it, people like you.
Thanks.
And Michael Jordan.
We're the KNC Master. He's a people. Coming up next, it's time
He's a whale.
for our chit chat with the G-Bag Nation. Next, right here on the Fan.
Not once.